One last one for today, okay? When we were kids, again, me and Lenny Martin, most of the time it would be Lenny Martin, me, and maybe a couple other guys, but two of us for sure. We would go up and hike up to this place called Egg Rock. And it wasn't far from our house, maybe a mile and a half or something like that, you know, maybe two. But anyway, when you went to Egg Rock, it was a big rock. I mean, I have to show you a picture of it sometime. You can actually drive up near it today, but it's big. It's like maybe 10 feet high and, I don't know, 15, 18 feet wide, you know. Anyway, it was obviously planted here during the last ice age. It didn't just move there by itself. Anyway, we would go hiking up there, and you could go through some people's yards and then go through the woods, or you could go around on the road. And most of the time we went through the woods. But every once in a while we'd go on the road. And for a bunch of reasons, you know, maybe we had our bikes or something like that. I don't know, but we went up. So we go up on this one day, and we're walking down. When you got to this one road that cut into where, it was like a little driveway that cut into basically that you could get back to where Egg Rock was. There were, when you went down that path, it was like a driveway that just was made out of dirt, you know, dirt and gravel. And when you got in the back, there were maybe 2 or 3 houses you'd pass on the way. So one of the houses, though, had this dog, a German Shepherd. And I mean, when I say a German Shepherd, I mean a German Shepherd. It only spoke. It only listened to German. That's all it understood. And it was, some German Shepherds are like brown, like tan kind of color. This was a very dark color, very dark. And the house we walked by, it had a wall, a little cement wall there. And it was about 3 feet high, 4 feet high. Anyway, their yard was just about as high as the wall up to the top. So when the dog come out, and it came out every time, man, it came out barking. It was a nasty dog. And it would come out and it would get on that wall with its feet up there on the wall, and it would be looking down at us, barking like crazy, like it was gonna tear us apart. And the first time we were scared to death of the thing, you know, but it was on a big chain. So pretty soon we realized it couldn't get over that wall. It couldn't jump down. So then we got brave. And then that dog really had a hatred for us. We would take gravel. We would take a handful of gravel, throw it at the dog. Shut up, you know. The dog would go crazy, be barking like crazy. And every once in a while, the people from the house would come out. The guy or the lady would come out, and they'd holler at the dog in German. And the dog would finally shut up. Finally, sometimes it wouldn't, but it would always be barking and barking. It hated us. And of course, we weren't helping it. We're throwing stuff at it. Anyway, the dog had a real hatred for us. So one day we were coming up, Martin and I were walking down the same path. Sure enough, the dog, you know, Martin picks up a handful of stuff, shut up, throws it at it. The dog jumps over the wall. It wasn't on the chain. Oh, I mean, I was petrified. I mean, I figured he's going to tear us apart. Because a big dog, I mean, stand up. Oh my God, it was big. And we were only 12 years old probably, you know. The dog comes out and it runs over and it grabs Martin by the pants legs, and it just starts flinging him around. I mean, it's just flinging him around. He is screaming, crying. He wet his pants. I mean, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I can't help him because the dog is big. And I know if I run, I'm going to attract the dog. He's going to chase me, you know. So I'm stuck, you know. And just then, the lady comes out, and she had a broom in her hand. She comes running over, and she's beating on the dog with the broom. It didn't do much. It didn't slow the dog down at all, as a matter of fact, until she finally hit it over the snoot. And when she hit it over the snoot, you know, it backed up for a second or so, you know. And before it could regroup itself, she grabbed it by the collar. And although it pulled on her and it was but she could holler at it in German, and it finally listened to her. But whoa, that was, by the way, that was the last time we took that route. we didn't take a chance on that dog any other time. Anyway, so just pay attention. Don't mistreat animals like we did. Take care.